Find the slope and y-intercept of the line 6y minus 3x equals 24. So I'm going to put it into y equals mx plus b form. So I'll add 3x to both sides, and we get 6y equals 24 plus 3x. Divide both sides by 6, and we get y equals 24 divided by 6 is 6. 3 divided by 6 is 3 over 6, which is 1/2 x plus 4. So the slope is 1/2, and the y-intercept is 0, 4. Solve the equations below for x. So first I'm going to try to factor. I've got x squared and negative 40. I need two numbers that multiply to negative 40 and add to 6. So things that I know multiply to 40 are 5 times 8, 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10. Oh, that sounds promising because we have 6 here. So this might be, let's see, positive 10 and negative 4. So negative 4x and 10x. And we get x and x minus 4 and plus 10. So this is x minus 4 times x plus 10 equals 0. X minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 10 equals 0. So x equals 4, or x equals negative 10. I noticed that there is no common factor, so I can try to factor again. And we got 2x squared negative 24. So we need two numbers that multiply to negative 48 and add to 13. So numbers that I know multiply to 48 are 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 16. Oh, there we go. 3 times 16. So this will be positive 16, negative 3. So negative 3x and 16x. I know that 2x is going to go here because of the 16. I'll have x there, minus 3, and plus 8. So this factors to 2x minus 3 times x plus 8 equals 0. 2x minus 3 equals 0, and x plus 8 equals 0. So we get 2x equals 3. So x equals 3 halves. X equals negative 8. Alright, Jaime was flying his paper airplane again, and he wanted to know after how many seconds it would take for his paper airplane to reach a height of 10 feet. The equation that models the airplane is here. H of t is the height, and t is the seconds the plane is in the air. So we know we're going to need to use the quadratic formula. So I want the height to be 10 feet, so I'm going to plug 10 in for h of t. So 10 equals negative 5t squared plus 14t plus 5. I know to use the quadratic formula, I need to have it equal to 0. So that's going to be minus 5 here. So now to use the quadratic formula, I know this is A, there's B, and that's C. So x equals negative b, which is negative 14, plus or minus the square root of 14 squared minus 4 times a, negative 5, times c, negative 5, all divided by 2 times negative 5. Now I just simplify. X equals negative 14 plus or minus the square root. 14 squared is 196. Here I have minus, 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 so that's 3 negatives, so it'll be a negative. 4 times 5 times 5 is 100, all divided by negative 10. So x equals negative 14 plus or minus the square root of 96 divided by negative 10. The square root of 96 is 9.8. So let's see, I'm going to take this up here. So we get x equals negative 14 plus or minus 9.8, all divided by negative 10. Now we can split it into two problems. X equals negative 14 plus 9.8 divided by negative 10, or x equals 14 minus 9.8 divided by negative 10. For negative 14 plus 9.8 is negative 4.2. Negative 14 minus 9.8 is 4.2. Oh shoot, this is negative 14. Negative 14 minus 9.8 is negative 23.8. Now we just do that division and we get x equals, this divided by 10 would be negative 0.42. Oh no, sorry, positive. This would be x equals positive 2.38 seconds and seconds. So the times are 0.42 seconds and 2.38 seconds. Use any method to solve the system of equations below. Excuse me. So the first thing I notice here is that none of my variables are going to cancel if I try to do elimination. So I know that if I multiply this equation by negative 2, then 2 times negative 2 will be negative 4, and that will cancel. So we get negative 4x, and then negative 2 times negative 3 is plus 6y equals negative 10. And then 4x plus y equals 3. I'm going to add them together. 4x's cancel, and we get 7y equals negative 7. So y equals negative 1. Then we have to plug that in. So I'll plug it in here. 4x minus 1 equals 3. So 4x equals 4, and x equals 1. So our answer is 1 comma negative 1. Here I notice that m is by itself, so I'm going to substitute and put it in there. So we get 4 times, instead of m, I'm going to write negative 3 plus 2n plus 6n equals negative 5. Distribute the 4. We get negative 12 plus 8n plus 6n equals negative 5. 8n plus 6n is 14 n's. So then we add 12 to both sides, and we get 14n equals 7. N equals 1/2. Then we got to plug that 1/2 back in. So I'm going to plug it in here. M equals negative 3 plus 2 times 1/2. 2 times 1/2 is 1. So n is 1/2 and m is negative 2. For each quadratic function below, use the idea of completing the square to write it in graphing form. Then state the vertex of each parabola. So I've got 6 x's, so I'll make my square. X squared, 3 x's on each side. X, x, and x. So I know that I'm going to need 9 ones. And I have 15. So to undo that, to get 9, I need to subtract 6 from both sides. So I get f of x minus 6 equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now I can rewrite this as x plus 3 times x plus 3. So f of x minus 6 equals x plus 3 squared. Then I just add 6 to both sides, and we get f of x equals x plus 3 squared plus 6. This is in vertex form. and the vertex is going to be at -3, 6. For this one, I have 1x squared, -4x's, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be x minus 2 and x minus 2 because those are negative x's. I need 4 ones. I have 9 ones. So I need to subtract 5 to get to 4. So we get y minus 5 equals x squared minus 4x plus 4. Now I can rewrite this as x minus 2 squared, the length and the width. And then we just add 5 to both sides. Y equals x minus 2 squared plus 5. And the vertex is at the point +2, 5.